expecting to see President Biden speaking in Philadelphia within the hour. When his press secretary was asked yesterday afternoon if Mr. Biden supports the lifting of some of the tariffs that were placed on Chinese goods by his predecessor, Donald Trump, Karine Jean-Pierre said only that the White House is studying the issue and she could provide no timetable for a decision. President Biden is set to speak, as I say, within an hour at the Philadelphia Convention Center. There he will address the AFL-CIO's quadrennial constitutional convention. The Wall Street Journal reports the chief executive is inclined to begin dismantling some of those Trump-era tariffs on China as a means of tamping down inflation. But the AFL-CIO and other big labor groups are already on record opposing that plan, arguing that any move to admit more Chinese products will reduce American manufacturing jobs. As the president tries to shore up his standing with organized labor, the whispers among Democrats of disaffection with the president and his persistently poor poll numbers, the wish that he would forego re-election and allow a younger generation to lead the party, have begun to surface publicly, as in this article from the Sunday New York Times, in which former Obama strategist David Axelrod said Mr. Biden's age would be a, quote, major issue in a second term. Biden doesn't get the credit he deserves for steering the country, Mr. Axelrod said, and part of the reason is he is performative. He looks his age and isn't as agile in front of a camera as he once was. And this has fed a narrative about competence that isn't rooted in reality, unquote. The same day, Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, New York star of the party's progressive wing, was asked if she supports the president's re-election, and the Congresswoman said she'll cross that bridge when she gets to it. Karine Jean-Pierre flatly repeated yesterday from the podium that President Biden is indeed running for re-election, and Mr. Biden himself has also stated publicly that his running mate will be Vice President Harris. If he is to secure renomination in 2024, Mr. Biden will certainly need the aid of organized labor, and that crowd is waiting anxiously to see what he has to say about Chinese tariffs within an hour's time. Sean?
Yeah, how about that? 2024 could look like 2020 all over again in terms of matchups, if any of this indeed plays out. Chief White House correspondent James Rosen live from the White House with the latest. Thank you.